Hey everyone, we are entering week 6 here of the shutdown, and we're trying to get some things into a normal routine, into a normal schedule. And one of those things that we've been doing is on Sunday mornings, the high school students and the college kids who are home from college right now, we tune into a Zoom chat room and we have a little Bible study. So this past Sunday, we were talking about the road to Emmaus, the same lesson we had out of Luke chapter 24. And we started out by watching a video which went really in depth in the journey on that road, in that conversation that Jesus had with those two who were followers of him. Now, I love that story, and it might be a good read for you this week. Again, that's Luke chapter 24. But there are just so many different things or so many new things that are revealed to me every time that I read it. It's one of those stories that just something new pops up every single time. And this time around when I was reading it, I was thinking more of context. If you think about it, this story takes place on Easter Sunday, that first Easter Sunday, which for these people was just a normal Sunday. It was not the Sabbath, as that happened the day before, and people were still allowed to work, and life was seemingly returning to normal after a Passover celebration. But not really for the disciples. I mean, even beyond the 11 remaining disciples, any of those followers of Jesus were thrown into a confused uncertainty. For the two disciples on the road to Emmaus, they were really just trying to get away. Jerusalem was so busy from the Passover and all the noise and busyness, they had just had enough. Especially with the letdown of Jesus, your teacher, Jesus, the miracle worker, Jesus, your friend, being put to death, they had to be in a pretty low place. I mean, he was crucified before their eyes. They didn't understand the whole picture like we have it today. They didn't know that Jesus had come back to life. They thought that this was simply the end of somebody that they loved. So as they attempted to return home to their normal life, they were seriously vulnerable. Enter Jesus. Still hidden to them though. And they get a 2-hour therapy session with him where Jesus connects all the dots and shows how the prophecy has been fulfilled. And then it eventually all makes sense. We're in a very uncertain confusion ourselves right now. In almost all of my meetings lately, we want to plan, we want to set a schedule, and we simply can't. We have to wait until things are revealed to us. Now, we can definitely plan out some options, but beyond that, we just have to wait. You might be in that same situation at home or work. The questions, what will happen? How will we go back to a normal anything? Well, enter Jesus. In the midst of all this chaos, he is still here. God is still in control. How have you seen God still show up in all of this craziness? I asked the students that question on Sunday, and they gave me some pretty great answers, from connecting with old friends that they haven't talked to in years, to seeing them in the normalcy, to seeing God in the normalcy of nature. Some even volunteering at food pantries, and when food is just about to run out, a huge donation comes in. I mean, God is still here. And he still loves you. Even though we don't know the outcome of the timeline or of all this stuff going on, we do know the outcome and timeline of his love. The outcome is heaven. And the timeline is eternity. And that's what grace is all about. It's that loving gift from God in which we will receive heaven for all of eternity with him. All right. Make sure you're hanging in there, taking care of yourself. Today's a little bit cold, but get outside, walk around in the sunshine, and yeah, hang in there. We'll see you Thursday.